In this lesson, you will view and verify zones in the system browser. After spaces are placed in the building, REVIT MEP immediately adds them to the default zone. Zones allow you to control the spatial environment and to perform an accurate heating and cooling loads analysis. Click the menu Browser and select Open, and from the Training Files Imperial Mechanical Systems folder, open the file RME Mech Zones 01. It is good to note here that all space reference lines have been hidden in the training file to provide a clearer view of the floor plan. Space shading and space tags indicate spaces. To display space reference lines, you would go to the Visibility Graphics dialog, and on the Model Categories tab, under Spaces, you would click Reference. In the project browser, under Design, scroll down to Zoning, and you'll see that under Zoning Floor Plans, Level 2 Zoning is highlighted, indicating that it's the active view. Click the Analyze tab, and from the System Browser panel, click System Browser. When you do, the System Browser opens and docks to the right of the drawing area. The browser is a list of spaces and the zones to which they have been assigned. Default is currently the only zone. Right-click in the System Browser and move to View, and make sure that All Disciplines is selected. Double-click Default to display a list of the spaces in the building model. It is good to note here that a space cannot be placed into an area without being added to a zone. After a space is placed in an area, it is automatically added to the default zone. The recommended workflow is to add each space to a zone that you create, which removes the space from the default zone. The different graphics in the system browser indicate whether a space is occupiable or unoccupiable. You can change the occupiable parameter for each space. For example, 102 Conference has a green icon which shows that it is occupiable, whereas 101 Stair shows that it's unoccupiable. Let's change the occupiable parameter for a space. In the system browser, double-click 121 Cafeteria. In the Instance Properties dialog, scroll down to Energy Analysis and click inside the checkbox for Occupiable and click OK. When you do, the graphic in the system browser updates for that space, indicating that the space is now occupiable. Close the file without saving it, as the next lesson will provide its own training file, and that concludes this lesson.